steps they can take, or at least they will postpone any negotiation or any returning them back to you.
They don't need to negotiate with terrorists.
The negotiation. Sometimes you have to. Sometimes you have to, even if you don't want to.
They just demonstrate.
Of course you do have to.
They just demonstrate that.
I'll tell you what.
They just demonstrate that they can get into a capital of a country and get to the bedroom of this guy and kill only him, no one else in the bedrooms that are next to him. And he was very secured. He had the equivalent of Secret Service, whatever, but they went and got him. This sends a very clear message of don't fuck with us. And if you, reading even further, it's like if you touch any of our people, including the hostages that you have, you're going to be next. You're not going to win this. That's what it's sending the message. It's like you have no other alternative.
I totally agree with you, but that will be a very great thing to do when I need nothing from them. But currently, I need my hostages back. So it's a stupid idea to do this now.
It's not that easy.
Whether it's easy or not, sometimes you
only understanding language of force. Good job, Israel.
Let me finish. You have the right to agree or disagree. It's all the same. I'm talking about the consequences. I totally agree with you, Isa. The message is powerful. The message is great. But now I need my hostages back. So when I get them back, I can do the strike. I can do the step with any way.
No, because
and I get
Israel is not going to wait until
How could
they
you be
want
so sure?
victory.
How could you be so sure?
They're going to go get it.
Okay, my question here. How could you be such sure that this step is good for the hostages and get them back? Go
How are
ahead.
you sure that they are not? How are you sure that it's not?
I will tell you. I will tell you.
Giving anybody back.
I will tell you. No. Hold
Listen,
on.
I tell you what I say.
Guys, you don't interrupt me. Always interrupting me. Then how can I continue?
Egyptian, what makes you sure that if they didn't kill the leader of Hamas or that if they don't kill anyone, they will give the hostages back? Those hostages, unfortunately, we don't know what's going to happen to them. But what cannot be allowed is for these guys to remain free so that they can go and take more hostages back. That's the message. You are not allowed to do this to us.
The Hamas doesn't really care too much about Palestinians dying, but because, Ania really cares for his own life and his bank account. Once you say, okay, we are now... Now we are getting to you.
Pro Hamas, and
No, I'm not saying I'm not talking to you as for Hamas. Hold on, I'm not talking to you. I'm saying that.
It's the perspective. Okay.
Hold on.
It's their perspective. Go
Hold on. Yes, exactly. You asked how it will help. Once you say, okay, you are now sacrificing yourself, not others, okay, and we are out to get you, it might be, some might see that this is pressuring Hamas.
I would answer you, Isa, Simon, and El. Simply, the people whom you got back, except 7, came back to Israel safely by negotiation. So how would Israel negotiate now? Simon says that we don't, and Isa said we don't negotiate with terrorists. Okay,
but that happened in November, dude. That happened in November. We are now in
hold on.
We are in August.
Hold on.
And also, just to remind you, there's not the only people. There were 4 that were rescued by the IDF. And
Only
I think
4
that's the way it's going to get.
Lisa? Only 4 out of how many? But the
Well, because
right,
it was a very,
Let's be practical. Let's be practical. It is not about emotions. It is not about pride. It is not about anything. It is about practical here. I'm talking about practical steps that took place that caused hostages came back safely to their families. It was negotiation only.
Yes, but it was in November. Since then, we had December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. I mean, dude, it's not going to that direction. I don't think you got it.
Do you remember what I told you yesterday, Daniel?
The attack happened in October. The attack happened in October. In November, we had an agreement after a month. Since then, we had another 8 months of no agreement. We cannot just wait.
There were two agreements. There were 2 agreements. Two times that happens the negotiation.
November.
Not only once.
Yeah, like 2 months ago, there was another attempt for an agreement.
Yeah, but not a successful one.
Exactly, but we're
Let me finish, please. Daniel, I believe that I told you yesterday that sometimes when you deal to the devil, you must deal with the devil with his rules, not yours. If as long as I need
No,
something
because
to
they are
win.
in the hands of the devil.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Do you really think, okay, it is for how long? It is, let's say that it is a year. Still, I need the hostages. And I think that step that took place yesterday was stupid. It's not good for the hostages.
Hamas is blackmailing Israel with the hostages. Israel
Well,
tried to agree first, and now they're not going anymore. They're tired.
That's the media. That's your media says. That's what your media says, Isa. I follow the two medias.
That's what's been
No, it is not only about fact. I'm sorry. Even if
you're
it
missing
is a fact,
the whole point.
it's a
These are
fact.
people that should have
Guys,
been taken in the first
how can I
place.
continue? How can I continue
These
to
are
deliver
people
my
that
idea
were
if every time I'm being interrupted?
Taken hostage in the first place.
Egyptian, I agree with you. You have a right thinking right there, Egyptian. Keep going.
Thank you. Please let me finish and get my whole idea.
Point. We get it. You don't like it. What more is there?
Who are you to talk in the name of we? I'm sorry.
I will talk in any name I want. How about that?
No, you cannot say we.
I will talk in any name.
No, you talk about yourself. You talk about yourself. Being rude doesn't help. And I can be rude too.
All right, Egyptian, let's focus on your point and stop directing to anybody else.
I'm not starting to direct it to anyone. Anyways, let me finish, please. Negotiation is the best solution, at least for now. And saying we don't negotiate with terrorists, okay, it's fine. But now you need to negotiate with them in order to get your hostages back how can I say? The experiment or the hostages came back by negotiation. So still you need to negotiate with them because you need your hostages back.
Correct.
About killing Hania or killing anyone, well, other leaders will be there, other Hamas members will be, even if you kill all the members of Hamas, you cannot kill really an ideology because Hamas is an ideology. Other group of people will be gathered and call themselves other name with the same ideology. Now what? So violence will keep violence. Kill the more you want. As long as they believe that they are struggling for their right, that will never be ended. Security solutions will not help. Violence will not help. I already finished. Thank you so much.
Always helps when you're dealing with terrorists. You get rid of the head of the snake just like you do Nazis, and you root out them out of power. And what happens? The people become freed. The Palestinians are not free under Hamas.
I totally agree with you about the cutting head.
You get rid of the snake, and then the people start to feel the freedom of not having that sort of oppression. These people can't even speak out without being killed in the street.
I totally agree with the issue or the idea of cutting the head of the snake. But the snake nowadays currently has something I want. Something belongs to me. So I must keep him alive and try to satisfy him as much as possible in order to get what I want. What I do, I kick his ass.
I think what you're missing is...
And that's,
but I think that this... Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, they have promised more October 7th. I don't believe that you have the moral obligation to deal with people like this who have promised to do more of the same. Because the goal of the IDF has been stated is two-headed, to get the hostages back, but also to get rid of Hamas, because they understand they are currently still a threat to their citizenry.
Okay,
So,
wait. Be honest. There's no such thing. There's never going to be ever such thing as get rid of Hamas. That's not.
Let me explain this. Okay? I understand. We got it. Hold on. Let me just address. Got it. Leroy, I asked you before. You don't need to repeat everything 4 times. Okay? We got you the first time. So I will answer you, and I will answer Egyptian also. When we are talking about Hamas and removing Hamas from power, first of all, Hamas is a general term, okay? We are meaning all this ideology, Hamas, PIJ, whatever. Now, when we were talking about getting the Nazism of government, no one was talking about eradicating all Nazis. Until this day, we still have neo-Nazis. The idea of removing Hamas is not the ideology necessarily at first, but them as government and military power in Gaza. After they are removed, they can go to Qatar, they can go to Iran and have their Hamas there. We are talking about not having them as a military group and a government group in Gaza. So then we can change the ideology of the people in Gaza. Okay, so yes, the ideology will continue, but not in Gaza.
Well, why don't I tell you another suggestion which will really be helpful? Well, first of all, and I agree with El in think that they say that we are not willing to have peace and we are going to finish Israel and all these people. Well, they are big mouses. Big mouses can they really do that? This is the question. Can they really do that? No.
They did it on 7th of October.
7th of October is just an operation and it didn't do anything of the existence of Israel. Israel is still there. So the issue here, they cannot really remove Israel. So
we understand. We see it as a threat, and we're not talking about eliminating completely Israel, but for us, it's enough. 7th of October, again, even half of it, okay? That is a threat to us. This means that no one, hold on, that is a threat, because if you need to evacuate kilometers of your borders, and people cannot stay there safely, there is a threat. Right now, in the north and in the south, people are not living there. They move to hotels and temporary apartments because there is a threat, Egyptian. This is why we are at war.
Let me give you a metaphor. You deal with the threat of a mice who's threatening a lion. Do you really think
it's not a mice? No, I'm sorry. Rockets kill.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, knives kills. A knife? No, because when you're talking about comparing, I think you're trying to minimize calling them rats and us. Listen, a rat would not hit a lion, okay? But Hamas is not a rat.
It's like asking you, Egyptian. It's like asking you.
This is not a mouse. What are we talking about?
Egyptian. It's like asking you. Hold on. It's like asking you to be okay. It's like asking you to be okay to live next to a neighbor that you know that has been tried to get into your apartment to kill you several times and that has killed other neighbors. And the landlord is still asking you, hey, but he promises not to do it again. Don't worry, just give him another opportunity. And you're like, fucking hell, I cannot live next to this guy because I cannot sleep. That's exactly what's happening with Israel. They cannot live next to a murderous neighbor that has tried to kill them all the time, and every time it goes back to the same thing.
I need to say two things.
Let me allow me. Okay, so you're saying
you're going to wait for a second, Thog. Egyptian's gonna land, and then you go.
Thank you. I'm sorry, Tick, but I really need to land. Two things I would say. The threat cannot be dealt with just because it is said. The threat must be dealt with when there is a possibility, an ability of the things that they threat about. October 7 is not October 7 and anything else that happens.
They promised October 8 and October 9.
May I finish, please?
But you're saying that it didn't happen. It happened already.
All the things that you say, and maybe more, is not about removing Israel as they say.
Okay, and your second point?
Terrorist operations. My second point here. As long as they don't have the rights, they will keep struggling under the name of Hamas or any other thing. Give them the right back, give them the rights back, and I'm sure that maybe something can change the struggle of the
What's right? Egyptian, what's right?
We already have a peace process with Israel. And look,
there is no peace process. There is no peace process.
Egypt and Israel. Between Egypt.
What rights? What rights are we supposed to give them? That we give them their rights. What are you talking about?
State, the Palestinian state.
Egyptian. This
that's not a right.
Terrorist.
That's not a right. They are struggling for it.
It's a terrorist.
I understand. That's not a right.
They don't have any rights. Okay.
They are terrorism to you. They are freedom fighters to others.
Do you hear what's
They are freedom fighters to others. Call them whatever you want. They are freedom fighters to others.
Do you hear what's going on with these people saying they have no rights? Do you hear
It's
this?
not about right. You don't have a right. Listen, no one has a right for a state.
Just let
you can't
me
say-
just talk.
Hold on, let me ask you this.
Talk.
Hold on, wait. Let me
No,
ask you
you're
this.
saying that. Hold on.
Wait a
Then
minute.
you
No,
can
I'm
go
gonna
on.
tell
I
you what
promise.
I'm
I
saying.
just want to make
Don't
this
tell me
remark
what I'm
to
saying.
you.
Let me tell you.
Dog.
No, let me
I'm
tell
gonna
you
make
what I'm
this
saying.
remark to you before you keep talking because this is in your benefit.
You
are
keep talking
this
over
is in your
everyone.
benefit. This is in your benefit. You
Let me
are
tell you what I'm saying.
you are in U.S. soil and
I
U.S.
watched the news
Hold on,
since I
listen
was
carefully
7
to what I'm
years
gonna say
old.
because that might define what you say next. You are in
Older
U.S.
than you.
Hold
I am
on,
way
thug.
older than you.
Thug.
I am way older
You
than
are.
I am
So
way
I
older
don't
than
care.
you.
Well, I know I am young.
What
But
else?
listen,
I'll
thug.
tell you.
You
I'll
are
tell you.
thug. You are in U.S. soil. The U.S. has declared Hamas a terrorist group. It is illegal to support them in any way. Now, go ahead with your statement
It is
saying
not
that Hamas
illegal
has
in
got right.
America. It is
Go
not illegal.
ahead.
So it is not illegal. So I'm going to say this, right? It is not illegal in this country
It
to
is
voice your opinion.
illegal to send them.
Hold on.
Report.
This
Yes,
Karen,
it is.
no. Okay, so I'm going to say this, right? You're telling this stage right now that the Palestinians don't have a right to exist.
Hamas.
You're saying that they don't have a right. Hold on a second.
Hamas.
I didn't say
Talking
that.
about
I did not.
Hamas.
I know, right?
No one said Palestinians have no right to exist.
She just said it. They don't have a right.
Want to hear? They said
No.
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 You have to be
No.
quiet.
Yes.
You have to be quiet. You have to look at this evil woman on this stage.
Hamas does
Okay,
not allow
so
right
this
to
is the problem when you cannot listen because you're talking over everyone. Thug.
You're cutting
The
me off.
problem when you're talking over someone is that you don't listen to what they
I was
say.
making my submission and you're cutting me
I
off.
said that Hamas does not have any right. It's a terrorist group, and we need to talk about Hamas as a terrorist group. Now, you want to defend them saying that they have rights. It's your choice.
Because
Dude.
I'm
That's
going to say this.
illegal. Go ahead.
It's not illegal. I'm going to say it again, right? The military arm of the Palestinians are Hamas.
They
right?
are a terrorist
Hold
group.
on,
They are
hold on.
not an official
No,
military
no.
arm.
Hold on. That is not true what you said, Ron.
Okay,
I can correct you.
Let me finish. Okay, so let me finish.
Okay.
Right?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
You do not have the monopoly on a person's view. Let me have my view. You can disagree.
No, you can have your own opinion. You can have your own opinions, not yours. That's not a
You
problem.
can disagree.
Say-
I know your propaganda.
Yes.
They raise you well in your country because your
Right.
propaganda.
No, get to your point. Get to your point.
It's relentless. Your propaganda is relentless. So
Get to your point, or I will not listen. Get to your point.
Right. So you don't want to listen anyway because I'm gonna tell you. the truth.
Wow, get to your point. Stop being victim.
Be quiet and let me finish.
Oh my God, let me finish.
See, the Palestinians
Yes.
military arm is Hamas. Before there was Hamas, it was the PLO. These people have to have protection for their rights.
Oh my God.
The same with
Okay.
PLO. Oh my God.
Okay,
you don't have a guy
we
because you
have to listen to this absolute
I know
crap.
you don't want to
You
hear
want
this,
to
right?
such a
You don't want to hear
protection
this because it
and
doesn't
you
fit
want
your
to
narrative.
You are a
You don't want to hear this because it doesn't fit your narrative. The narrative is that you don't want these people.
dog shit.
The narrative is that you don't want Palestinians to have a right to exist in the
They've
country.
been deemed a
It's
terrorist.
a country.
Why people think that talking about the Palestinians' rights, then I support
This
terrorists?
is the kind
How
of
is
group
that?
you're running that you don't want people to be heard. You want all this to be about
You are in
Israel.
charge of the
Just
facts.
boo-hoo about Israel.
You are not in charge of the
I
facts.
guarantee you that you've killed those hostages by killing this man. Now you're going to see the wrath of the rest of the Arab world. That's what you're going to see.
Okay. Okay, thanks. Next.
Okay, have we finished the listen to stupid portion of our show today? Have we finished that part now? Can we listen
just
to
to,
people who are
get-
practically educated?
Your mother
One
is
second.
stupid.
I just wanna. Okay, guys. Everybody, relax for a second. I
Oh,
wanna
your
correct a few things. Hamas is the government of Gaza. Hamas.
No.
Hold on. Let me finish, dude, or I will kick you down. Okay? Stop interrupting. So, Hamas is the government of Gaza.
Make sure you tell
Fatah.
everybody else stop.
Start. Don't interrupt. Thank you. So, everybody, please let me speak. So, Hamas is the government of Gaza. They took over Gaza by force after there was an election. Fatah, which is the PLO, is the government in the West Bank, what we call Judea and Samaria. Hamas has a military wing called Izzadin al-Qassam Brigades, okay, and they are not the only military group that is in Gaza Strip. There are other militant groups, but one of them is Hamas. So Hamas is not the army. Hamas is the government. They are the Ministry of Education. They are the Ministry of Health. They are the Ministry of Interior. They are all the ministries in Gaza, and they also have their own private army. They're also the police, by the way, which is called Izzadin al-Qassam Brigade. So just kind of put things in perspective to whoever is listening.
What's the point of all these things, Daniel? So what's the point?
Just to get, listen, part of the thing that I'm here is to get people informed, and people will say Hamas is just a military, it's just not true. And, when you have one mistake and another mistake, you get to a distorted view of reality, as many pro-Palestinians have, because they have a lot of misinformation and disinformation, and facts matter, nuances matter.
And another thing is that, yes, they were elected by the Palestinians, but they have cancelled elections and they haven't had a proper election since 20 years ago. So it's not even the Palestinian people choosing to have Hamas deciding for them, because Hamas is driving them to death, And so the Palestinians are not having a say in this. There was, and Roy would share this story with us a couple of months ago, that there was apparently a family in Gaza that were kind of like the opposition to Hamas, and they were actually in negotiations with Israel on how to do a transition of power from Hamas to them. And what happened? The Palestinians killed them. They executed them. Hamas maybe might have done that. So Hamas doesn't want to let control of Gaza, and Israel is not willing to have Hamas as neighbors. That's it. So it's like, dude, you're out of Gaza. Gaza will have their own government, but it will not be you. That's all, because Hamas cannot be trusted.
And you are a Hamas lady.
Israel can be trusted?
Sorry, what, Egyptian?
And Israel can be trusted?
Well,
Yes,
I don't think that they have started a war. They are the ones wanting to have peace. In fact, what do you think? Think about, if you are an Israeli, you are Netanyahu, you're the prime minister. What would you prefer? To have neighbors that are living in poverty, that are angry, that are wanting to kill you? Or do you want to have neighbors that are striving and flourishing and having good education, good health, and good everything? What would be more appealing to you, Egyptian, as an Israeli?
Of course, it's the second option.
Okay, so do you really think that Israel doesn't have in their interest that Gaza is okay? They just don't want Hamas because Hamas wants to kill them.
Oh, Israel is
I'm
Hamas.
not about Hamas. I don't care about Hamas. He knows it. I already declared my situation. I'm not with Hamas. I'm just with the Palestinians, innocent people. And the issue here, if I'm Netanyahu, and Netanyahu. May I finish, please, David?
Yeah, go ahead.
Netanyahu already declared, even before 7th of October, that he's not with two-state solution. So it's not peaceful man. If I were like Isaac Rabin, he said that you can check by yourself.
No, that is not true. That he's not a peaceful man. I don't think it has anything to do with peace.
How
I'm a peaceful man.
How would be a peaceful man and with one-state solution, and he doesn't want to give the Palestinians the right?
He didn't say one-state solution. No, he didn't say one-state solution.
Who is he talking about?
He did not. The last thing he would say was a one-state solution, Egyptian. I don't know if you understand what one-state solution is, but for Netanyahu to say it is like...
provide me with a link, maybe I'm wrong, but I saw two interviews...
To provide you with a link of him not saying something, that's very hard for me to do.
No, let me tell you two things, but allow me to answer Isa first. Isaac Rabin really wanted to have the real intention and real steps to have a peace process with the Palestinians. This is the last prime minister I saw that wanted to have peace. Others say that we want peace, but they just say so, but they didn't do any steps. As I responded to you, Daniel, Netanyahu stayed in the stage of the United Nations with a map, declared the new Israel or the new Middle East. The map didn't include Palestine at all. This is number one. Number two, he was talking about having a normalization process with Saudi Arabia. That was before 7th of October. I believe the interviewer was a beautiful lady from the United States. I don't remember the name of the channel.
Kamala Harris.
And I'm not sure, to be honest. But she asked him, what will you give in return to have this normalization with Saudi Arabia? And she was referring to two-state solution. Netanyahu was smart and tried to give the beautiful words with another different answer. She was smart and wanted to have a direct answer. She asked the same question again. He didn't give a direct answer. She asked it the third time, and he said, I will not agree on two-state solution. That's why I say he's not with two-state solution, Daniel. If you have something else,
you said that he was for a one-state solution, and that was my comment. He would never say that he's a pro one-state solution. Okay? Because one-state solution means basically that all Palestinians from all over the world come, and they all have equal rights, and basically it means the end of Israel. So to think that Netanyahu will say something like this is, to be honest, ridiculous. Now, regarding two-state solution, I think that it's very easy to sit in the West and talk about a two-state solution, completely ignoring what is going on. I, for example, I'm a liberal Israeli. I was a very much pro two-state solution. That was also my vote for the Israeli parliament. However, following 7th of October, it's not that I'm against a two-state solution, okay? I'm still pro two-state solution. I just understand that it's not realistic at all right now. This is a topic that we can discuss again maybe in a decade or two, or generation or two. But to advocate right now for a two-state solution, I mean, to talk right now about a two-state solution is it's not realistic, especially when it's not coming from the Palestinian side. It's coming only from the pro-Palestinian side.
And especially when Hamas is wanting to remain in power. If Hamas wants to keep in control of Gaza, Egyptian two-state solution is never going to be talked about. If anything, I think that they might consider it, if at all, if Gaza steps out and they put another government in place where they can make a commitment to actually, I don't know, rebuild Gaza and educate people and do not attack. And of course, this will have to be escalated, because it's not like, okay, now we have another government in Gaza, we're just going to remove all our security. That's not going to happen. The trust has to be earned because Israel needs to be able to sleep in peace.
Oh no, Israel ordered peace.
Anyways, I already discussed and I already told you that my vision and the only solution for this violence and these actions that has been for 70 years now is two-state solution. Maybe so many people are pro-Palestine or pro-Hamas because this is the only militias that do military actions against Israel. Maybe so many people agree with Hamas in that. Maybe so many people are willing to contribute Hamas in that. But imagine with me that the Palestinians have their state now. How many people would contribute Hamas again? I don't think that they will be
many, because they will see Hamas as the one that brought the Palestinian state. So what? Did you read the Hamas charter? Do you know what they want?
I already told you the Hamas charter is not practical. They wanted to eliminate Israel and they want to remove Israel, but still they cannot really do that.
Exactly.
I don't fucking care about their charter because it is not practical. Let them shout.
But dude, we are agreeing that I'm saying again, it's not realistic to have a two-state solution with someone that wants to kill you. That is exactly, we're saying exactly the same thing. The Hamas charter is not realistic. Hold on, let me finish. They don't want a two-state solution. They want our state to be handed over to them. And this is why there is no talk about a two-state solution, and it's idiotic to talk about two-state solution because there is no one to talk to. This is why I said that the calls for a two-state solution are not coming from the Palestinian people. They are coming from the pro-Palestinian people, that maybe this is what you wish that will happen, but this is not what the Palestinians want. And that is the problem that we are at. You cannot speak on their behalf. You need to listen to what they're saying. And they want, from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. This is what I hear all the time. So why are you gaslighting me as if I'm the problem?
No, not
Land
you.
thief,
You as Daniel or you as
go
Israel?
back.
No, me as Israel. Like, why are we the problem when we have someone here? Why don't you live in peace with them? Because they all the time declare, not only declare, but also act upon their genocidal intentions to wipe us off the map. We have a problem with this. I hope that you will understand this.
I understand, and that's why I told you before, and please try to remember by words. I already told you that the only way out is two-state solution and strengthening the Palestinian government, which is the PLO.
We are going in second. We're going in second.
Yes, you do agree. The point is that it cannot happen right now. First, this war has to end, and then we can talk about two-state solution.
And do you
Right
really
now,
think that
well,
this way, or
right
this
now,
idea, this term of Israel will really end the war?
Right now,
really think
while
so?
Israel is being attacked and while the hostages are still there, first that needs to be resolved, and then the conversations can start. But you will agree that.
I agree with that, but not in the same way that Israel is
I don't know
doing.
if you're married or not, but if you're in the middle of a heated conversation with your wife where you're throwing the plates at each other, smashing the plates at the walls, and you want to say, okay, we need to negotiate right now. No, dude, first you have to stop fighting, and then you can sit down in the sofa and negotiate about a divorce or ending the fight or who will keep the children. But while you're throwing the plates at each other's head, you can't talk in that moment. Just use your logic.
I totally agree. But what I don't agree with, the actions that Israel is doing against the Palestinians will not end the war. It will cause more wars, and it will get the issue more complicated.
I think the problem is, can we say that, I don't know, taking hostages will, and throwing rockets, and throwing indiscriminately bombs at Israel, maybe this also contributes, maybe just a little bit, before we retaliate. Maybe take a little bit of accountability of why is Israel responding, and understand that the problem is not the response of Israel, but the actions that are being done against Israel. You seem to kind of start with Israel's retaliation. How about don't take hostages, which is a war crime? How about don't hide behind civilians, which is a war crime?
How about not destroying their houses? What about not expanding your borders? How about not killing over 40,000 civilians? How about all these things?
Okay, hold on, Egyptian. The reason that you are giving 10 points is because you know that you are lying. And I will just point to the last one. Hold on, Egyptian. Hold on. I will.
1,000 people whom are killed and civilians. Most of them are women and children.
I will answer you. First of all, because it's bullshit. You said 40,000 civilians. It's bullshit. It's a lie, and you know it. Egyptian.
Okay, your media is the only one who says that.
No, you show me one source, even fucking Al Jazeera that says. Hold on, Egyptian. Let me finish the question. Let me finish the question because it's really hard for me to listen to you while I'm speaking. It's really hard for me to listen to you when I'm speaking. Give me one source. I don't care if it's Al Jazeera that says what you came here on stage and said right now. 40,000 civilians died in Gaza. Show me one source like this. Show me one. Again, Egyptian. Listen, no. You're not gonna guess like it. No, Egyptian. Hold on, Egyptian.
Okay, hold on for a second.
I want to finish this. 1 second, Isa. 1 second. Egyptian, I asked the question. Egyptian, I asked the question. I told you, give me one source. I said, even Al Jazeera, you stuck to this point. Ignore it, okay? I will start again. Give me one source. I don't care what source it is, okay? That says 40,000 civilians died in Gaza. Please, Egyptian, you came and you said it on stage 3 times. Show me one source. I don't care if it's a one biased source. This is why I said, I don't care if it's... What I'm trying to say, even Al Jazeera, which is completely biased, will not say it. So show me one source, I don't care which source, that says 40,000 civilians died in Gaza.
Will you keep silence for a few minutes so I can answer you? Thank you. First, it is not my fucking words. That is not the fucking Al Jazeera. Over 30 days or something before that, the President of the United States himself stayed in front of the Congress and said over 30,000, and that was even more than a month before. That's number one. That's a
No, it didn't say civilians. It did not say civilians, Egyptian.
Hold on, please.
Egyptian, it didn't say civilians. It didn't say civilians.
Daniel.
No, but I will not let you. I'm sorry, Egyptian. I will listen to you. I will listen to you as much as you want, but you need to answer my question, okay? When you call them 40,000 civilians,
like that, Daniel, because you keep interrupting.
so answer my question. I'm sorry, are you interrupting me?
Answering you.
You need to understand
No,
what
you're not.
saying, Egyptian. You're saying 40,000 civilians, and Daniel is telling you that even if it's 30,000 dead, that doesn't mean that it's 30,000 civilians. So a lot of those people have been Hamas people. So he's asking you to provide a link where anybody is reporting on 40,000 civilians.
I will provide you with links, but let me finish, please, my point of view.
So do it.
I will. I don't think that the President of the United States depended on the numbers that are coming from Al Jazeera. Or the numbers that are coming from the Palestinians.
40,000 dead or 30,000 dead, but he did not say 30,000 civilians.
Egyptian, but you're missing the nuance, and it's really important. And Isa explained it to you. No, but Isa explained it to you. You are equating civilians and militants, and I think it's a crime what you're doing to the civilians in Gaza. If you think that every
chance to continue, I will fucking answer you.
But talk about civilians, not
I'm talking
40,000.
about the numbers, and I'm talking about, hold on, please.
Numbers of what? Numbers of what?
Number of casualties, and the number of the casualties. One of the spokesmen.
Okay, do you understand that the point that me and Isa were talking to you was about Egyptian? No, it's important. It's important. It's important that you will understand because I don't know if you're doing it on purpose or not. The emphasis that I gave, hold on 1 second. The emphasis that I gave, and then Isa also explained to you very slowly that my emphasis here is on the word that you used is civilians. And then you're talking about Biden calling them casualties. There's a difference. I'm not saying that 40 or 30,000 people...
casualties. If you just give me the chance to finish, I will answer you. I'll give you the whole point. Just please don't interrupt me.
Let him talk, and let's not yell, because it's driving me nuts, and I'm a Latina, and I should be used to this, but I'm not. So let's not yell. Egyptian, go ahead, finish your point. But try to land your plane, dude. Don't go for
Thank you. I apologize for raising my voice. You are good people, so I talk to you. Sorry, Daniel. Sorry, Isa. Sorry, everyone. I'll try to be calm. One of the spokesmen of Israel was with a British interviewer. His show is in the internet. I don't remember his name, but I will check his name. He already mentioned that the numbers of the people who died from Hamas are over or about 12,000. Pearce, yes, his name is Pearce, asked him, then what are the numbers of the casualties? If you are really accurate about the number of Hamas, then of course you know the number of the civilians, and he refused to answer. So Israel knows the numbers of the casualties, civilians, innocent people who died. That's a proof to you, Daniel, that the Israeli side knows. And at the same time, they have the access.
So you went to 20 to 40 in one sentence. You went from 20,000 to 40,000. The guy said 20,000, you said 40,000.
14,000 of Hamas.
You're not talking about one specific person I can answer, but that was not our discussion. Our discussion was, you said that there were 40,000 civilians dead. Listen, just take it back, Egyptian. It would be the easiest for you.
I'm trying to tell you that Israel knows the number and it hides it.
That is not the point. Israel, it does not know the number. That is your assumption that Israel knows the number, okay? We know the number of the people that we killed. We don't know the number of people that died. Now, the point again, Egyptian, is you saying 40,000 civilians, okay? That is the point that both me and Isa stopped you. And now you're talking about IDF. You said 40,000 civilians. You can just take it back. Hold on. Can you take it back or do you... It doesn't matter. I'm asking you, do you want to take it back? Do you want to take it back or do you still insist that 40,000?
I will still insist.
Do you believe that no militants, you believe that no militant died in Gaza in the last 10 months?
Of course there are.
All of them are civilians. All casualties are civilians.
Of course there are, but how many are the Hamases? Based on your
No,
reports.
I'm asking you.
Based on your reports.
If you said 40.
I'm not a troll, Miss Holly, but if there's me.
Didn't you just do that? Didn't you just do that with white people? Cheever's in trouble. Watch out, Cheever.
No, I'm not. Your rooms don't scare me, Rowan.
Cheever, you're scaring me. I'm actually curious. Corey, what's in that graph?
Obama's approval rating.
Oh, wow. Check it out. Yeah.
I think girls with short hair is like awesome.
If you have short hair, Weston wants you.
I think girls with short hair is like awesome.
If you fuck with the wrong people, you dead. Like in the end, they don't give a fuck. I've never understood that people be like, I want to go down there, like, so they get involved in
Nah, that shit do be hilarious though. I'm gonna fuck get that. I wanna go to Chicago. That's crazy.
I done been to Chicago with my friend from there, and she had moved to Texas, so I travel back and forth with her every now and then. It's not as bad as people make it, but
Where y'all be at?
no,
Okay.
it's her hood, so people really don't fuck with her, because some people really from out there.
Talks now between Fatah and Hamas in China, right? Like 2 weeks ago. One of the things that Fatah says that they want to have this agreement with Hamas is because they said since the war began, Hamas has been targeting and killing Fatah members in Gaza. All those people that are died, I don't know if you count them as civilians, uncivilians, but they are not related to the IDF. So the IDF cannot know, and even for the Hamas members, it was an estimate between 12 to 15,000. So when we are targeting, we still have an estimate. We don't know. We can estimate how many civilians are dead. We don't know, okay? And there's no proof that you have that we know. You just have an assumption. You believe so. And that you are entitled to your own belief. I'm talking about things that you can prove.
Daniel, one drop of blood of a civilian, innocent, kids and women and all these people are worse enough to be angry about.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
And forget, fears themselves. Ask it this spokesman.
Yeah, but
If you really know the numbers of Zakat, if you really know the numbers of people you killed of Hamas, then why?
We have an estimate. It was an estimate. It was an estimate.
He didn't say
It's an
anything.
estimate.
He refused to say
You're right,
anything.
exactly. Because we don't monitor that.
Don't
That is
convince
not,
me
listen.
that the IDF, no, you listen please. Don't convince me
Okay.
that the IDF is fucking that accurate of killing these Hamas members, and there are
It's
so many
not.
fucking reports
Egyptians,
about
get a
children,
drink.
about
You need to
women.
relax. Egyptian, you're having a conversation with yourself and you're not listening to anything that I'm saying. What I said that you can listen, it was an estimate. And what they said between 12 and 15,000. It's not an exact number. It's the exact opposite of an exact number. When you say an estimate between 12 and 15,000. Dude, be honest. I'm not sure what happens to you today, but A, you're not listening. B, you're repeating the same things and you're not listening for anything that you're being told. Go and listen again to the same interview and you will hear it for yourself. It wasn't presented as an exact number. And no, we don't have a number. This is what you were told by the IDF. I'm telling you also, you want to believe that we have? Great, you can believe it. But I cannot argue with what you believe.
Forget about believing or not. I'm trying to be logic, but at the same time, out of this logic, if this spokesman could really give the exact number of the Hamas...
He did not give the exact number, Egyptian. I'm very frustrated with you. Let me tell you, when I tell you that an estimate between 12 and 15... Okay, so when I tell you that between 12 and 15,000, approximately, Hamas militant died. Do you consider this an exact number, between 12 to 15,000?
Well, it's the same perspective. If he really...
Just answer yes or no. Just answer yes or no. Do you consider the range an exact number or no? I just want to understand you. I just want to try to understand you.
My point is...
Wow, my God, can you just answer? I'm trying to really understand you.
I'm trying.
When I say you that I estimate between 12, fixing the car, okay, will cost you between $12,000 to $15,000. Did you get an exact estimate, or did you get like a ballpark assessment?
Not the exact number. Yes, I follow.
Thank you. Wow, that was really hard to get to this point. So the idea did not give an exact number. The idea get an estimate. Okay, that is the point.
Why didn't you give the estimated number of the civilians?
Can we move on from
That's
the
my
number?
point.
This is
If you
becoming
could
very
really give the estimated numbers
Everybody
of the Hamas members, then you could really give the estimated numbers of the civilians. Why didn't you give the same number?
Because we are not targeting civilians, and we are not counting civilians, we are targeting terrorists. And when a soldier is being shot at, and then he hits a target, he reports, I hit the target. I hit the target. We don't do it with civilians.
One of the most professional armies cannot really know the numbers of the network of...
You know what? Give me a number from any war about civilian casualties, war that already ended, and give me an exact number. Good luck.
Not the exact number, but I'm talking about a huge number. After all, they are huge number, Daniel.
Daniel, hold on. It's very frustrating. We've been talking about numbers for the last half an hour. People in the room, I bet that they're getting exhausted because we're not going to get out of this room. We are not getting out of this room knowing an exact number. You don't have the numbers, Egyptian. Daniel doesn't have the numbers. God doesn't have the numbers. So let's focus on making to progress the conversation. We're talking about Hamas, and then the two of you, this is very autistic. So let's just please move on. We're talking about Hamas. You were telling us that Hamas has the right to be in the government of Gaza, and that, I mean, I'm paraphrasing, I'm not saying that you said these exact words, and that Israel basically should give them a chance to have a two-state solution, even if they are the ones in government, because they are the ones that... Yeah, that's what we're talking about. So
maybe you misunderstood. It is not what I mean at all. Hamas is not really a good side or a good party to have a peace process with Israel, and I don't think that the current government of Israel are the same or have the condition of having peace with the Palestinians. Okay, maybe you misunderstood. My point and my aim and my hope is that the end of this conflict and the end of this conflict will happen with two-state solution. That's it.
And everybody agrees with you on the two-state solution.
When you say solution,
it's not possible right
Maybe
now.
Harry was laughing as a horn, so would you please tell us your point of view?
Let's do the following. Let's hear all our voices.
9 times in history, and they denied it every single time. So that's not going to happen again.
Okay, you have just come, and I was thinking that I will repeat my once again.
You can stay on top of your pyramid and dream about it all day long, but that shit's never going to happen again, especially after October 2nd.
Thanks for your advice, which I don't really need. Thank you.
Yeah, right. We ain't giving you fucking animal shit. You guys can stand this little shit.
Or maybe I can come and fuck your mom. That's a good question.
Here we go. To another retarded
That's good. Okay, I will come and fuck you.
Damn nigger.
Blah, 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 blah.
Nobody needs to fuck anybody's mom here.
I do.
It doesn't matter who it is in your room. For the past 3 hours, somebody
Esau,
had to show their ass.
Esau, God knows everything. Don't say God don't know the number.
Oh,
God
yeah,
knows.
that's a good point, yeah.
Come on,
How do you
Esau.
know, Leroy?
Because God
God
brings
is all-knowing.
when they go, they're going to go to God.
I'm
Because
sure
God
he's
knows.
Okay,
confused as well.
Isa, just concede to this, otherwise we'll get stuck on this topic.
whatever.
Don't be disrespectful
Okay,
to
my
God.
God knows. Okay, my God knows. Allah doesn't. How about that?
Allah does. Allah is the one and only God.
Hold on.
That's disrespectful, Esau.
Leroy, when he gave us free will, he gave us the ability to be disrespectful.
God knows
That's right.
all
Thank you,
things.
Yaakov. That's very
Okay.
Christian of you.
Hello, Yaakov.
God knows
Good
everything.
morning, Egyptian. Honestly, with free will comes consequences, so...
God knows how many free will killings you're doing too. Doesn't God know that?
Yes, I mean,
The Bible
we do not
says
live in
there's
a
a
world
time
of
for
free
war.
will.
Do you
We
know
do
that?
not live in a world of determinism. We live in a world of free will.
But Esau said God doesn't know how many is dead. She's wrong.
Okay, we got
There's
past
a time for war.
Yeah. Okay, I could see.
I will talk to Isa later. I will school her later.
I am going to have you second class. It's been a while.
Yeah, let's move on. This one I didn't want to touch. This is why Isa said you guys are right. She's wrong.
I'm a woman. You gotta give me some.
Listen, I had the same thought when she said it, and I realized it was a figure of speech, and we can move on. It's fine.
Yes, exactly.
It's okay. I'm wrong. I'm a woman. It's fine.
I respect you for being wrong.
The autism.
And Isa, just so you know, I was also once wrong, so I know the feeling.
When was that? When you thought that you were wrong?
I know. I assume it happened once, like at least.
Anyway, so how about we go back to the title of the topic? Sorry, to the topic of the room. So Hania left the chat. He's gone, dude. Like, he's not coming back. So what do you think happens next?
There was 2 in one day, though. Let's
Yeah, I know. Yesterday, Hezbollah. Today, Hamas. What's gonna be tomorrow? Daniel, do you have any news from the
Wait, wasn't it
IBS?
on
What's
Sunday?
going on tomorrow?
Daniel,
Is
wasn't
it
it on
gonna be
Sunday?
Trudeau?
It was maybe American time. It was like US time.
Oh, yeah.
Because one was announced 2 a.m. Israel time, and one was
Lebanon time.
It is 14 hours now.
On our press time, it came out to the same day.
Daniel, Israel still has not claimed responsibility for any, right?
No, responsibility for the one in Lebanon. No. Not the one in Iran.
It could have been
Okay.
Iranian faction fighting, Daniel.
It could be Iranian faction.
Yes.
It could be some civilian
Exactly.
family. No one took responsibility.
He's just dead.
It's like it's worth $4 million.
Can we agree that Israel, if they wanted to, right, that they have the power right now to bring all of their military soldiers home and just take several bombs, just blow everything off the map. They have the military might and the power to knock everything out in one day. Can we agree on that?
But
Do they have that kind of power?
and kill 2 million civilians? Sure.
Yeah.
That would be really stupid.
That is
But whoa,
that's an option, though.
They could do it, right?
Yeah.
They could.
Yeah, they can do it. I mean,
They have. Okay,
Larry. Why am I
wait.
calling you Larry?
So
No,
that's
you're
all
right.
right.
You have the power to call.
No. I'm making a point.
Hold on.
They have the power and the strength more so than the Hamas to do what y'all are claiming Hamas wants to do. Hamas don't have the power to do that. Correct?
The power to do what?
Really
Hold on, Jacob.
They
Hold
don't
on.
have the power to wipe out Israel. Correct?
Okay, so yes.
Yes or no?
So yes.
Oh,
So
Hamas.
Leroy, you have the power even to come to me and kill me. You have the power to do that. You can do that. But it's, hold on, Leroy, just listen, dude. It's just not that difficult. Listen, you're a man. You can listen. So you have the power to come and kill me, but you choose not to. Why? Because restraint makes you a virtuous person, and because you can't find other ways to resolve things. In the same way, Israel, even if they have
the executive wages are extreme. There's also stock options, there's also offshore accounts. Yes, executives, they have a part to play, but when you're making multi-million dollars off of an acquisition in business, Okay, yes, you did do some hard work. Yes, you have a good education. Yes.
Thank God. So nice not to hear Harrison rambling away with his broken monkey brain.
Conserve 1800s America, 1700s America, right? Like, I don't know. Those people are all they've all absolved themselves of all responsibility on one side and wanted unlimited.
To give you an example, let's say this ruling, let's say,
You're breaking up.
so you have to give me an example. The first Khalifa, let's say, has said something about the religion that is cannot be solved with another contradicting statement by another guy. So now the people, oh yeah, so the people now, because it's
So, you are right, both of them. Both of them. Both of them are important.
He's next. It's not one.
Yes.
He's coming.
We didn't forget about him, don't worry.
He's coming. But you can't steal $4 billion from the national community and move to get away with it. So, and you had it coming. You're missing the entire thing. If I walk into your hold a gun to your head, try and threaten to take your children hostage, and then you get all your friends to come at me, I don't get to say, well, I'm just a little guy. Now all violence is on you. If I start shooting at you, and you put like 60,000 bullets in me from every angle, then you don't start making this analysis. Your entire premise is ridiculous and irrelevant to continuing the conversation.
Okay.
That's the big gun.
Okay, so now I was successful, right? I did the crime. So now you've already punished me to the degree of my.
No, let's not talk about punishment.
But wait.
We have objectives to this war, which is doing this law to this.
We're not
still law to this.
We're not going to go on a diatribe with you dominating. You're going to stay on topic. We're not talking about punishment. We're talking about neutralizing the situation. Has the situation been neutralized and is it now safe? That's the only question.
The situation is not neutralized, and is it safe? That's depending on you guys, because you have more power to make it so.
Okay, that's a stupid assertion.
So, to help, hold on, Leroy. To help you understand Myers' question. Hold on, to help you understand Myers' question. It's not like Israel is fighting just for the sake of fighting and punishing. That's not the point. There is an objective with this retaliation, and that has to do with hostages, and that has to do with neutralizing Hamas. Now, go ahead and answer Myers' question. It's not about punishment.
If you are bigger guy, the stronger one with more intelligence and more power, military power.
Not more intelligence, more moral.
They don't stand a chance. They never stood a chance. They can't win it anyway. They're never going to defeat Israel.
They stand a chance with Iran on their side?
Well, they're not. Wait, let's
Do they stand a chance with Iran on their side?
Hamas does not have the power to.
Does Iran?
Does Iran? Hamas that doesn't have the power.
So we should be nice to them. We should be nice to them because they don't have the power. I don't know what they have the power to do.
Leroy, I've got a question. Leroy, I'm going to ask you a question.
They have all the power.
Do they have more power together? Really small, almost autistic. Think about the larger picture, which I've described to you. Israel is being attacked on the daily, and I get it. Again, Americans aren't paying attention, so they talk out their ass. But Israel is being attacked daily. Did you know that? Daily.
And Israel...
Did you know that?
Listen.
Did you know that Israel is being attacked daily?
Okay, you're telling me that.
Yes or no?
But listen.
Just say yes or no.
Jesus fucking Christ. Leroy, it's a simple question. Just give it a yes or a no.
No,
so
I don't.
Move on.
I don't know that, but what I do...
Okay.
Therein lies the problem.
But what I do know...
You don't know.
Yeah, but I know this.
You guys are much more... If they are willing to support Hamas, you are dealing with not just Hamas. I know you're not that dumb.
You're much more stronger anyway, right?
You can't keep repeating yourself and think you're saying something intelligent. That's irrelevant. So
but
I'm going to ask you a quick question.
Okay, I'll give you 1 second. Leroy, I have a new strategy for Israel. They should destroy all their weapons except for enough to kill all of Gaza. Then they won't be the stronger guy. They kill all of Gaza and they won the war. This is such a stupid argument.
What did you say?
So Leroy, okay, I've got a question for you. Okay, Leroy, I've got a question for you. It's really simple. Leroy, you focusing? Okay. Different question for you. Let's say, for whatever reason, you go to the doctor, you get a checkup, and he finds that you've got cancer. Okay, God forbid. All right.
God forbid.
Now, okay. Now, would you be satisfied? Would you be satisfied at all with the doctor or the surgeon just saying, "Hey, look, I can get a little bit out," or would you want to have it removed completely?
I would want to have it removed completely. Now.
Oh, okay, cool. Now, that's a great answer. Now, guess how Israel feels. Guess how Palestinians in Gaza feel as well. Hamas is a fucking cancer. Okay, you don't seem to get it. We're talking about. We're not talking about. No, hang on. I'll tell you what. No. I'll get you to wait for a second because you're not getting the picture. They are a fucking cancer. They're cancer to Israel. They're cancer to people living in Gaza as well. They're bloodsuckers. They are there to kill. That is part of their charter. They want to kill Jews all around the world. They want to destroy and annihilate Israel. They are not after a two-state solution. They've made that really clear. After October the 7th, they said they're going to do it again and again and again. So every single one of this piece of cancer needs to be removed one way or another. Period.
I want the best doctor to do the job one time and over quickly because why? I don't want some kind of I don't want a long-term.
Hey, Leroy, get used to this. Okay, hang on.
No,
radiation. Have you heard of radiation therapy? Radiation therapy.
Let's not talk about cancer. It's ridiculous.
No, he's not getting it any other way.
He's not going to get it, but he brings up a good point. The doctor tells you there's two options. He can do a surgery and then cut out a whole bunch of good tissue like half your body. Or they can slowly give chemo. It's going to take about 2 years, but it'll be a much more targeted hit. Now, don't answer because you're an idiot, but we know exactly what you would say. So Israel could go into Gaza and knock out Hamas in 3 days and just kill a whole lot of civilians. They're trying not to kill civilians, and it's going.
But he's also making the point of like, oh, because the other guy is little. I mean, like, I bet you whatever you want. I mean, I don't know if Leroy is a big guy or a small guy, but if he's at a club at night, I don't know, with his girl, dancing, whatever, and then all of a sudden, a little guy, 5'3", like Prince, or 5'2", he comes to him and he smashes him in the balls, you know, and it's like, what do you expect him? What? No, Leroy, hold on. What would you do? Would you forgive him because he's a short guy, and then will you be okay with it, or will you kick his balls back and probably punch him until he's on the floor, and he doesn't dare to do that to you again?
I'm gonna whoop his ass, but
Correct.
But wait, but once I see him down, I'm not gonna keep whooping his ass because he can't fight back. It's over. I'm responsible.
Once the situation is neutralized.
Hold on, if he took your wallet, if the small guy took your wallet, okay? He took your wallet, so you beat him, but he still has your wallet. Will you stop or will you get your wallet back?
I'm going to get my wallet back, kick his
ass. Exactly.
But I know I'm strong enough to kill him, and I don't have to do it.
Okay, so Leroy, but you're gonna make sure.
What's going on?
I didn't go that far because I'm powerful.
Leroy, but you're gonna make sure that he doesn't have any access to your balls anymore, right?
What? I'm going home with my balls if you don't mind.
Correct, but you're gonna make sure he doesn't have access to your balls anymore to kick them again, right?
Okay, that's right.
Okay, good. Then we're on the same side. I'm glad that we all like what Israel is doing.
No, we're not. Because I could kill him, but because I can't, I don't have to kill him to stop him from doing it again.
All right,
I have
say
the
that
responsibility of humanity.
Leroy, let's add another thing to this. The little guy has also a gun.
Oh my God! You're gonna add more? Give him a tank rifle.
There you go. Yeah, because that little guy is little, but he's fucking dangerous to you. And it's the same thing with Gaza, dude, with Hamas. It's the same thing.
That little guy got one little gun. I got like 1,000 guns. He can't do anything.
One little gun,
one bullet.
It doesn't matter.
One bullet can take your life.
One small bullet. It doesn't matter if it came from a machine gun or from a hand pistol.
This whole
He
conversation.
just needs one bullet.
I'm still moving away from the conversation about people.
You're right, Leroy. We moved away from the conversation. The
You're
conversation
more responsible. You have more responsibility to the war crime than the other side.
Correct. Okay, perfect. But you admitted that you have to neutralize the situation. Israel is slowly, meticulously, and carefully neutralized the situation. Has not been neutralized yet. Hamas still has weapons already. When they are neutralized, the war will be over. Not every Palestinian will be dead. So we're on the same page.
You have more responsibility for how you conduct yourself.
And Israel's conducting the war with a code of conduct that we have never seen before. So it's going exactly the way you expect it. Slowly, meticulously, trying to surgically remove the kin.
I am so happy to see when people actually agree with us and they actually manage to see our point. It's just beautiful. Thank you so much, Leroy. It's been a pleasure.
Leroy.
Can I say something real quick? How is Israel protecting themselves properly? Where they have the stories about them raping
Jesus. Well, stories. This is the problem with stories. You know, I can tell you many stories. Like, tell me what is the topic.
Matter of fact, Israel has jailed these people, and you have groups of Jewish people right now that's trying to.
Dude, I just answered to try to understand.
Hold on. You are in love today, Ahava. You are in love today. You have someone from the IDF that is going to respond directly to your question. Go ahead, Daniel.
Great. No, first of all, there was what you're talking about raping. Is a story that we, Israel, published. Okay, it's not something that you exposed. It's an investigation the IDF is conducting internally, and I think we should all applaud the IDF for doing this. And that was yesterday. And the person that we are talking about is a Nukhba terrorist. I don't know if you know what is a Nukhba, but you can look what it up. Is part of the Nukhba, and he made a complaint. Okay, he was sent to the medical, to a doctor in Israel. And he made a complaint about this rectal insertion. This complaint, even though it was done by a fucking barbaric terrorist, has been investigated by the IDF. And yesterday they went into Sde Teman to arrest 9 people for questioning. Okay, one of them was already released. 8 are still in custody.
Right.
What we have right now is that, and again, I suggest that we all wait until the investigation is over. But what I understand now is that the reason that he had like a rectal injury is because he smuggled a phone into the prison. So we need to wait and see what is actually happening. And regarding what you were talking about, the demonstration, so you can paint it any way you want, but if you want like to understand what is really going on, I will try to. No. You are the third person to bring this. You are the third person to bring it, and I don't think that you have the context.
Okay.
I don't think it's necessarily a problem. What?
I have the context.
No, I'm not sure that you do, and that is okay. I will give it to you.
Okay. Well, hold on, Dan. What about the Hannibal directive? Like, how is Israel?
So you don't care? Okay, so let's move on from this speaker because he doesn't really care. The fact that you just moved from a Palestine, the fact that you just moved in the middle of our going, like understanding details, and you don't really care for the details because you understood that your point is probably pointless, and you just want to move the goalpost to, you know what about the West Bank? What about the settlements? Hey, what about the Balfour Declaration? Hey, what about Menachem Begin? Dude, listen, this topic is very nuanced, and you need to go deep. And if you don't have the attention span, then don't come up this stage.
I love when
Okay, so let's stay. So you want to stay in the topic that you started, or you want to move to another goal?
No, let's talk about China now.
So hold on, let me just say this, okay? Because we know that the Israelis spend.
We know what?
Hold on.
You don't know nothing. You don't know nothing, and you just proved it in like the 2 minutes that you spoke. And the thing is, when I try to educate you, you don't really care.
Ahava, listen. What you just did right now, Ahava, what you're just doing right now, and this is the way, I'm going to tell you the way that you're coming across. You're asking a question to Daniel. He is taking the time to explain it to you, and because it didn't work with him, you want to go to the next one. Hold on. You're going to the next question. So hold on. So what this is telling us is that you're coming to this room not to engage in an honest conversation, but just trying to do gotcha questions that when you don't get the answer you want to jump to the next one. So I'm asking you, are you going to engage?
We were talking about the Palestinian.
Are you going to engage honestly?
I read books.
Without your CEO, you're gonna stop at a truck stop.
Are you talking about for a semi, an 8?
Welcome to book club. Welcome to the Clubhouse Book Club. Very peaceful here. Oh, hi, it's Joy. Welcome, Joy. Excuse me, Joy. Hello, Joy. Hello. Good morning.
Hi, how are you?
How are you?
I'm outside, a theme that I would add into the group.
Do you like books?
I do like books, yeah.
What are your favorite books?
All my favourite books are history, religion, say cultural books, yeah, books of truth.
Well, I'm gonna read from a poetry book by Charles Baudelaire. Are you from France or are you American?
British.
You're what?
British.
Oh, British. That must be exhausting. I'm so sorry for you. I feel so bad. I feel so bad for you.
Why is that?
Because you live in a colonial settler society. You live in a racist country.
Yeah, well, yes and no. You know, you have those individuals that believe in those, race and cause, and you have individuals like me that believe in unity.
Have you ever had a sty in your eye?
Yeah, but I can't stay long because I've got to go, so just pass me through to see what the club's about.
Oh, you're on a schedule?
Yes, I'm about to go shopping.
Shopping?
Yeah.
Well, I hope you enjoy this poem, Joy. I hope it brings you more joy.
Okay.
This is called The Sadness of the Moon. The moon more indolently dreams tonight than a fair woman on her couch at rest, caressing with a hand distraught in light. Before she sleeps, the contour of her breast upon her silken avalanche of down, dying she breathes a long and swooning sigh, and watches the white visions past her flown, which rise like blossoms to the azure sky. And when at times wrecked in her laggard deep, earthward she lets a furtive teardrop throw. Some pious poet, enemy of sleep, takes in his hollow hand the tear of snow, whence gleams of iris and of opal start, and hides it from the sun, deep in his heart. This has been the first Clubhouse Book Club. I hope you enjoyed it. Please join the book club. This is Books.
Peace and respect you gives.
No, Egyptian, just need to understand where we're coming from. Egyptian, just let people just speak. Hold on, let me just finish. Hold on, let me just finish what I said to Egyptian, please. Letting people speak is great, okay? But we try also to stay on one topic and not move the goalpost from one answer to another, so people can actually educate themselves. There's a lot of nuances going on to this conflict, and people need to understand the context. And if someone brings a topic that is important for him, I think it's important for all of us to talk about this and find out what the facts are before we move on to the next topic. Because if he moves to the next topic, I don't know even what he concluded from this rape accusation that he brought, and if he will bring it again tomorrow. So I want to finish one topic before we move to the next topic.
I mean, he left, but do you want to finish that topic?
No, I have it there.
So let me just
I have it there.
Okay.
And the only thing I have
Listen,
you ask
let me just
a question.
Listen, let me just say this real quick.
Adele, your Hamas leader is dead. Isn't that exciting, Adele?
Can I respond to Patty real quick?
Yeah, Fadi, hold on, Fadi. Yeah, go ahead, Alpha.
All right, thank you. So when Daniel said that, the reason why, or it could be the reason why he had the issue with his bottom, right, is because he brought in the phone.
Okay, that's the story that you're trying to bring out. And so he did say we're going to have to wait and see. Okay, and so I brought that story out because one of the persons said on here that the IDF had been conducting themselves properly. Okay, and I think he used a little bit more a different statement than that. And I brought that situation out. And so Daniel got out with the flag, and he said that we're going to have to wait, and I'm fine with that. Let the evidence come out, and we'll deal with it then. Okay, so therefore, I don't think we need to go back and forth and talk about that because
release my doctor.
Explanation on
I need my doctor.
What I heard was happening and what's going on in Israel and how the IDF is handling that situation, like Daniel brought out. So at this point, we don't see a need. Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, so how about, so if that's the point, you have to make that transition. Say, okay, if we're gonna sit and wait, then let's wait and move on to the new topic.
Hold on.
Wait, no, we let you speak. We let you speak.
You didn't let me fit right my plan.
Let you speak.
I agree.
But this is not the Ahava show, okay?
Plane is at the terminal.
Wait,
Go ahead, Meyer.
wait, it's worse than that also, because that wasn't the main point. The point here was, I was the one that said the IDF is conducting themselves properly. That doesn't mean there will not be a soldier that needs discipline. But that means the IDF and the apparatus is conducting itself properly. Now, if something went wrong, let's just take the worst. Let's just say something went wrong. The allegation was brought by a murderous terrorist. It was taken seriously because it's irrelevant. It was Jews that are complaining about it. It's IDF soldiers that are complaining about it. And if this is going on a base and nothing is done, Daniel can talk for himself. He'd be one of the people demonstrating that this should be rectified. That means that the IDF as an apparatus is conducting itself properly. I never said that every soldier will never do anything wrong, even something really wrong. So you missed the entirety of the point.
Okay, here. So then this is why I brought it to Hannibal directly. So also show how this IDF war machine, right, is also injustice to its own people. You guys don't care about that.
So wait, no, we'll do one thing at a time. No. So you're admitting, do a transition right. You're admitting that what's going on. No, Ahava, you're gonna go one step at a time. You're admitting. I will give you all the time you need. I promise you. I won't start work until you're done. Now you're admitting that what's going on here is being done correctly, and you're jumping to a new topic that you think is not being done correctly.
No, I did not agree with that.
Okay, so then we're not done with this. So if the IDF is doing their own...
No, what it is here is that I have my position, right? And just like Daniel, I agree. We're going to see. Now, as far as...
No, that's not the position, man. Ahava, that's not the position.
A year.
Ahava,
hold on, a year.
That's not the position.
Hold on. IDF investigating this situation is a very good thing. So, they're going in the right direction. Okay, I agree with that. But we're dealing with the conduct of the soldiers, right? And I agree with you. Not every soldier, right, is going to conduct themselves in this way, okay? And so what we already have is more than one soldier now that's been accused of this. But we're not going to go down that road. Okay?
No one was accused yet. No one was accused.
Stop it. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just saying, don't get triggered. We're having a conversation. You said something. I will do whatever I want. If you say something, please back it up. Can you show me what other soldiers were? Can you show me what other soldiers were accused of this?
Hey,
Hold on, when we need another vlog, we will let you know. Right now, we have 6 in the room. We have 6 in the room, and you're not one of them. So you're going to either follow, or you're going to just shut up and let others speak. So we're not going to be doing this, because this is not the Ahava show. We're having your
You can have your own opinion, that is fine, but when you say something that is fact, and it's other IDF soldiers have been accused of this, I would like to stop you and ask you, what are you talking about? And if you can share, hold on, let me finish. Hold on, I want you to show us, maybe I'm not educated enough and I didn't hear about this, but you are coming here on stage and saying that IDF soldiers have been accused of rape in Gaza, and I would like you to show me, what are you talking about? Or you can say that you're just imagining stuff, which is fine, but if you're talking about facts and this is the type of room, please show us what you're talking about. And I'm not saying that you're wrong. I just want to educate myself.
Okay, so hear me out. So I'm at work, and then when I'm
have my information. I'll read the sources and I'll drop the links in the room for you. Okay, I'll do that for you. This is why I said I will come back and talk to you guys because I am currently at work. But since you guys wouldn't allow my name to rest when I left, that's why I had to speak up for myself. And I'm still dealing with you guys. Okay, so I will drop those links in the room for you, brother. Right? But once again, hold on. Once again, so we see what's going on with the situation with Daniel we're talking about, okay? And I agree with Daniel, all right? Let's just read in, okay, what comes out. I understand how the media spin things and we're hearing stories about he tried to, bring in a phone through his red phone. Okay, whatever, right? We'll see. I know for a person who's Muslim, right, and have that religious faith that they have, I don't think they're going to speak anything that they right. That's just me, okay? And just like I will, I'm not going to say that. So then when you sit there and say that, well, just one soldier, okay, well then what did you do when we're doing animal directives and we see that the IDF is killing their own people? Do you guys think that is okay?
That is
Okay, so
animal directive is about.
And Jacob, don't go to that. I don't want to. Please don't. But Jacob, hold on. But the fact that you're addressing it, it's enough because.
I'm not.
Okay.
Saying that's not what it's about. We need to move on. Okay?
Hold on.
We're not talking about it.
Why you don't want to talk about it?
Okay, you finish the first topic.
Daniel's gonna. How about you spoke? Now Daniel's gonna respond. How about you spoke? How about you spoke? How about you spoke? Now Daniel respond. You'll get a chance.
So I just want to, before we move to the Hannibal directive, and maybe before you do the switch, maybe you can.
I have a family that's fighting for that idea. So
No, great, me too. Me too. But before we move to the Hannibal directive, we'll finish arms thing, and then if you want to.
It's disgusting parts. Okay, welcome to Charles Baudelaire. This is Poetry and Poems. I hope you enjoy. I'm going to be creating a couple shorts.